You are now watching from a winner's view.
Winner's view.
I feel like I got beat up, you know. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, you win with Spence.
Yeah.
Tell me about the fight. What you thought?
Let me get 5 of them on commands, though, man. Let me get 5 of them on commands for that loss. Let me get 5 of them.
Got it!
Mid-interview.
Got it!
I need it. Mid-interview. I gotta have it. Mid-interview.
On camera! On camera!
I mean, shit, that's what I get, you know.
So what you think? What you think about
About
it?
the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew he lost when Terrance walked out. You know, you could just see it in his eyes. I already knew he lost, but I didn't expect that to happen to him. He got beat up bad, but I hope he get back up someday, you know.
All right, man. We in the gym for the recap. Joe said Spence is 6.
Nah, I said Crawford is 6.
Crawford is 6.
I said Crawford is 6.
Jake said Spence is 10.
Put that on.
Tell me about the fight, man. How'd it go there?
Pretty much like I seen it playing out in my head before. The speed, sharpness, and I thought Bud was gonna be stronger than him, like physically, like when it came to pushing and clinching. I just figured it was gonna be a massacre, but I thought Errol surprised me by lasting as long as he did, because I thought it'd be over in 6. Like he lasted longer than I thought he would, pretty much, and that was just pretty much it. Same fight I saw happening in my head. You can look at my first prediction.
Okay. You went with Crawford. You went with Spence.
Yeah. So
how'd you feel about the fight, man?
Hey, I was humble in my defeat, just like Spence was. Crawford proved to be too much for him. Speed, reflexes, strength, everything, the whole 9 yards. He beat him to the punch every time. Spence couldn't adjust. He was trying to dig to the body. And Crawford was knocking his head back, so that's what it was. Yes. I also lost a bet to my man's Joe. 300 push-ups.
300.
300. Yeah, so one time for the burn, you feel me?
He's a good man.
Now, when I was watching, I didn't expect it to go that way at all. I knew I was banking on Crawford, but I didn't expect a dominant performance.
Nah, yeah, it was a very one-sided fight, and it doesn't lead me to believe that a rematch would go much differently, if at all different. I think
at a higher weight it's gonna be worse. Because I feel like Terrance Crawford was became a welterweight 6-7 years ago. So he probably filled that out now. So it's probably hard for him to make 147 truthfully too.
Yeah,
so I think
said that it was hard
I think
for him
it's
to make
truthfully it's hard to make 147 for him now, because he's been at 147 for so long, 6-7 years. So I think 154, Earl will have to deal with a whole different type monster.
Yeah,
for sure. And I don't even think he'll weigh in at
reflex.
154. I think he'll weigh in probably like at 152. It's just not making 147. And I think he'll just be way stronger and beat him even worse.
So y'all ain't paying for the rematch?
Oh yeah,
Is that a fire stick situation?
I definitely watch it, but I'm really.
Nope, it's not a fire stick situation. You paying for it?
I'm really watching, to see if Earl can survive the 12 rounds, but I'm not thinking he gonna win. It's not that type of show.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that much difference.
I'm a Spence fan.
I for real think if he survived the next fight with Crawford would let him, because now they're friends and Crawford would have made so much money. It's like, why would I kill you twice?
He still got to bite down though.
I mean, I beat you up, but I don't think he'll do what he did the first time. 'Cause that was bad.
I do think Crawford goes up and still drags Charlo.
Oh yeah.
I think he beat the tougher guy in Errol Spence.
So that's the next fight.
I do give Jermell Charlo. He got more athleticism and I feel like
he's a lot bigger of a fighter.
So that's the fight y'all want to see. The next fight for Crawford.
I'd rather see Boots, but I don't think he got no reason to fight.
He smoked Boots. That's on record.
That's on record too.
Timestamp that.
I gotta get in front of the guy here. Kill Boots. That's a wrap.
Yeah, kill Boots.
He killed Crawford. Killed Boots, man. Come on.
He got 2 years left though, and then in 2 years.
Joe seen it though.
Boots.
From day one, Joe said Crawford smoking.
Yeah.
Smoke.
I didn't believe it either when he smoked.
Spence might smoke bud, but he ain't smoke bud. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
That was crazy.
All right, we got Spivey back post-fight. You said Crawford was gonna win. You was right.
And I
what
said
you think
also,
about it?
if anybody gets stopped, it would be Spence. I said that too.
You did say that.
Let me tell you what, like I say, with Crawford, man, the kid, I call him a kid, even though he's 35. He's a kid to me because I'm old. But Crawford, he's special, man. Really is. The guy stepped it up and fought better than I've ever seen him fight, man. It was just amazing. The guy is just an incredible athlete. Like I say, he's just a special talent, you know. And people saying Spence is garbage, he can't fight. Spence is a world-class fighter, maybe a Hall of Fame fighter, and he made him look that bad. It's just Crawford's just an elite fighter who can do so many things and adjust in so many ways. And it was a brutal night, man. It was, you know. I wanted to throw the towel in through the TV screen. That's how bad, you know, it was. I mean, because it was rough, but you know, but I was so happy for Bud to see him, you know, go out there and perform that way, and it was just a good thing. It was amazing, man. Just an unbelievable performance.
So what fight would you like to see next for Crawford?
Well, first of all, they're talking about Charlo. I think he bust Charlo up. I do, you know, and a couple people mentioned about him fighting Canelo at 160. I think he could bust Canelo up.
And
too.
they threw Boots in there too.
Boots is a good, young, tough fighter, but Crawford right now is on top of the world. Right now, it's going to be hard to beat, you know, Crawford. You know, I like Boots. Boots is a good fighter, but you know, Crawford right now is on top of the world, and what he did was just something special. I mean, really special, man. To go out there and to beat a guy like Errol Spence, dominate him in every way possible, and it's incredible. It was a performance of a lifetime.
When I watched it, it seemed like he didn't have answers.
Yeah, Spence just couldn't adjust to nothing he was doing, you know, and Spence is a guy that's talented, that can fight, you know. The guy's a world-class fighter, Hall of Fame boxer, and he went in there, couldn't do nothing with Crawford, man. It was just, you know, it was brutal. It really was, man. I mean, it was a rough night for Spence, and personally, I don't think he should do a rematch because I think it might get even worse, you know, but it might get even worse. But they could have stopped the fight a lot earlier because he took a lot of punishment, man. He really did. You know, Spence, tough guy. He took punishment, but you know, he just had a look on his face like he didn't know what to do because he couldn't just defend himself against what Crawford was doing.
One of the things you said that it's gonna be two guys in here. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be upset. Mm-hmm. You said it was Chris and Umar.
Oh yeah. And you know, Chris been coming up with every excuse possible, and I can understand, you know, because you know, it was a bad loss for him, you know, and Umar don't even want to talk to me, you know. So it's disappointing, but I love seeing the look on their face. I love it. I love seeing them suffer after I told them what was going to happen, you know. So I love seeing it. It's beautiful to watch them suffer because they kept trying to tell me I was wrong. I've been telling them for weeks and weeks, and I love it. Suffer, guys, suffer.
Damn, you called it. How you feel about the fight?
I feel good about it. I didn't expect Crawford to beat on Spence like that. I knew Crawford was going to win, but not like that. I'm not even going to lie, I kind of feel bad for Spence because I like Spence too.
So,
He poisoned that man.
who do you think Crawford should fight after? Melo, Boots,
Alright.
Charlo.
Okay, first, Boots needs to stay away from Bud. I feel like he should fight Charlo next because
How does that fight go?
Charlo and Bud. I think Bud gonna gain more power when he move up in the weight class. So, and I also like Charlo and Jamel as well. So that's a fight. See, Jamel moves. Jamel, he moves.
So who the winner in that fight? Who you got?
That's a fight I'm not sure about because they both good with counters.
Okay.
They both good with counters.
Okay. When you get closer to the fight, maybe you know. Maybe you have a choice. Yeah, man. You know boxing. You know boxing. All right, man.
You might want to get me last. You might got to get the Crawford fans
I already got them.
Oh, you already got them?
I need 3 of those on command. I need 3 of those on command. Come on, man.
Nah, we ain't back.
Right? You gonna be a gentleman?
Oh, you want? Oh,
gentleman?
hold up.
You gonna be a gentleman?
You want me to do push-ups? We ain't
I need 3. I need 3 of them though. You said on command. I need 3 of them.
I give you 3.
I want the 4.
No, I got it from which color? Just go all the candy and put the Crawford fans. Y'all funny, man. They think y'all funny.
Let's go. Come on, coach. I just need three. I just need three.
Just because it's Crawford.
I just need three.
Spence, you know that.
Okay, let me count them down. We're gonna do the full count. Like ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
That's
them
right
nice and
there.
slow, just like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like them on command.
Crawford can't do this. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that.
I know Errol Spence can do it. He get up off the canvas a lot like that.
Before I had him doing my push-ups.
Yeah!
Sorry, I'm all out. I wasted all my push-ups.
You called the fight. You said it was Spence. I mean, you said it was Crawford.
I said Crawford, but what I said was he was gonna go the distance and it was gonna be a split.
Sure.
Crawford just took advantage of Spence's like flaws, reaching for his shots. Basically, he used to being a longer man. He just didn't have that. Like, he looked very unstable. He kept dipping down right into the shots. And Crawford is a precision puncher. It let me know that he was gonna be real when he came straight out in the southpaw stance. He usually take like 1 or 2 rounds to get into it. He came straight out into it. Immediately, he did the Bill Belichick plan. Take away your plan A. Second thing, take away your plan B. Because in the second round, he came like this and pushed pushed Spence off of him, and he was like a rock standing there. That's when I knew he ain't gonna outwill him or he ain't gonna break him. Not at all. And then after that, man, it was just downhill from there, man. And that stoppage, boy, I ain't think 3 knockdowns. Plus the stoppage.
I don't think nobody did.
That's considered a TKO.
Yeah.
That's really considered a TKO, man. It got to a point, man, by like I want to say the 6th round. Like you got to a point where you felt bad for Spence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just like, cause so many people in the arena, when they said Spence's name or whatever, they going crazy. They going Crawford. You hear a little bit of boos, but then it's like faint in the background for people cheering for him. So he already knew what he was going into, and it couldn't have been no better that he brought Eminem out for him as well. You see what I'm saying?
He lost from the walkout.
And the song was crazy.
He lost.
Come on, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, think
From the
about it.
walkout.
And look, you think about this, right? Now everybody from the 313, put your hands up and follow me. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that.
See how everybody was standing up in there?
Just like
crazy.
That movie, him, everything. You put 8 Mile, and then the ending scene. It felt like Terrance Crawford was basically the person everybody booing, and at the end they're going crazy for him. You become the people's champ, and this is like, how can you cerebrally put all of that together?
That's fire.
You see what I'm saying?
That's fire.
So
that is fire.
It's crazy. It's just crazy how it all just lays out.
The fishnet outfit.
Correct. The fishnet. He said you don't catch it.
That was fire.
He said, but you don't catch a big fish with a rod. You catch him with a net. That's really what you catch.
Came out in the net and the executioner all black.
Come on, man. Wearing the prime. Wearing a prime necklace. Promoting the drink. That's a promotion from Logan Paul. He promoting that like crazy.
But hold up.
Come on, man.
Did you peek the shark colored gloves?
Yes.
What?
Shark colored gloves.
Yeah, you saw it? The gray.
The gray. Crawford had on shark colored gloves.
That's the shark color. That
gray?
Gray, that muted kind of gray color.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He was ready, man.
Did you see Charlo face on the side during the fight?
Hey, he did this right here. He gave him one of those. He gave him.
He said, they said you next.
7, right? One of the first knockdown in 7, he went in.
Yeah.
Basically, you should have been like,
Yeah, the big ball dance.
To him, and him about to go over and finish him in. And you talk about you don't like me? Oh, I got something for that. Those are real fighting words. I think he took that as and calling him a B and a P and all of that, calling him all. Yeah, those are real fighting words.
Also, when you look back, like if you go back and watch all the interviews of Crawford, everything he's saying is on point. I'm gonna stop him.
Yeah.
I'm not playing. What you gonna do when I stop you? He was saying that multiple times.
Well, he was saying that when Earl was like real big, real healthy. Remember, it was Bob Earl, Terrance Crawford.
He download data. He switches to southpaw. He been on Terrance Crawford been on Errol Spence so long. He just came out in southpaw.
Right.
He ain't no download. I already watched you so much. I've been wanting you for so long that I know how to start this fight off, and I'm not backing up. I'm coming in, standing my ground. I'm starting off where I normally tear people down. So that's where we got to see the fight from like when he finds his rhythm. So that's why that fight got bad early. So that's why he get dropped around too, because he already in rhythm.
He did. Hey,
Like he
I'm
got
talking about
rhythm.
complete rhythm. Like that's just like somebody. It's as if like he just had mitt work right before he even came out.
True.
But I also say this too though, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. People may not say this, but I think Derrick James, he almost cost Frank Martin the last fight that he had fought against the guy he just, because of the information he was given. Frank Martin was listening to him, basically standing his ground, working behind his jab and everything, but he didn't start telling Frank Martin to start pressing the action against that guy he just beat. I think it was a bronze medalist or whatever. Who was he from? Who was the bronze medalist from? He was from like Germany or something. He didn't tell him to pick his hands up and start walking to him until like the 7th round when he knew he was down. And I kind of just, question like, man, like, what real adjustments is Derrick James really kind of making? Right, on the fly and everything. It's just like, system based or whatever. You follow the system, and it kind of showed a little bit.
You know what they both said though? Frank Martin, my bad to cut you off. But Frank Martin and Errol Spence both said my time is off. My time is off.
You know that they both said that.
They both said that.
So now you gotta think about it and everything. So it's like, are they just putting out systems, or are they just basically taking the attributes of the actual fighter and then sharpening those up while making them more complete or well-rounded? So you know what I'm saying? Are they system-based fighters?
Are they lifting weights?
They're different weights.
Are they lifting weights?
Oh, they lift weights.
They both had bad timing in both of their fights.
They lifting weights.
So he making this fighter strong.
I mean, he making on the break people's wills.
Both of their timing.
But you're absolutely right about that, man. That's a great point.
So who you want to see Terrance Crawford next? Charlo, Canelo, or Boots?
No Canelo. Canelo's too far. He's too big. And then to be honest with you, Crawford is too fast for him. But the thing is,
those hip shots, I don't think he can take those hip shots.
He couldn't take them either. He couldn't take
shoulder shot and all that shit.
Canelo's just too big. I don't think it's gonna ever happen. I think if it's gonna be anything, it may be Terrance Crawford might look to possibly be 3-time unified in 3 different weight classes, because because now you just made history going 2 times, make it a 3rd time, do something that's gonna be almost untouchable like some of these records that's out here. So that's a possibility, and I mean, I think that's a real big fight, money fight. Think about it, 3-time unified, champion. You hear that? You know what I'm saying? And what he did it at 135, 147, and then do it at 144. Huh?
He did it at 140.
I don't think he did.
He was undisputed at 140.
So he must have won.
He wasn't undisputed at 145.
So it's
he had a couple battles.
Yeah, so it's 140, 147, and 154. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
That'd be nuts.
And you gotta think about it. Those are, in boxing, those are considered the big boys.
Yeah, that is true.
True. Do it in with the talent and power and be smart. I feel like those weight classes, 140, 147, and 153, are the weight classes that when people look back and say you was a great fighter, it's not because of this, it's because of that. It's because you was a complete fighter. And I feel like those are the 3 weight classes he's dominated at. So yeah.
I tell you, man, he go beat Charlo. And I'm saying he go beat him, and then let's say Charlo do well enough against Canelo. I think Charlo can beat Canelo. I firmly believe that. I think he don't need to come in. I don't think he need to come in bigger. I think he need to come in his regular fight weight at for 154 and his rehydration maybe 160 and everything, 162. Keep that speed. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Watch the fight. What you think about it?
I thought it was a great performance by Crawford. He looked great. He looked even better than I thought he would. I thought he would win, predicted him to win, but he really showed that he's more than just special. He's an all-time great. So it's a good fight, and to credit to Spence, he fought hard the whole way through, no quit, no give up. So much respect to Spence.
Next fight, you want to see Crawford? Would it be Charlo or Boots?
I would like to see Charlo, and then let Boots come up in the new era. And Boots, I like to see him beat Charlo and then ride off in the sunset.
Yeah. No more fights after that. Just done.
I think once he does that, it's not much else to accomplish.
True.
Yeah. But that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. But I got him, just to put it on record. I picked Crawford to win that fight.
Against Charlo?
Yeah, against Charlo. But it's a hard fight. That's a very hard fight.
You think it's going to be lopsided like with Errol, or it's closer?
No, I got it be super close.
Super close?
Super close. But I had this one being close too. So I had this as a pick a fight too. So he's special. You never know what he can do.
True. Let's go. Give me that recap. You picked. Come on, let's go get under this light.
I picked Spence. I picked Spence. But hey, I'll tell you what. Terrance Crawford, that is like the best boxer I think ever. I think he'll beat Floyd, and I don't think nobody touches him. Like, and he's gonna go up to 54 and beat Jermell. So like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I'll give it to him. Like, he's bad, but I think Spence. I feel bad for him. Yo, he got torn up. He got torn up. So, hey, you alright? Hey.
You didn't even expect to make it look like that, did you?
Nah, like he was doing some stuff like. When he pushed them all. I said, dang. I was like, and then that jab was like a piston. Like, that was like a power punch. I was like, nah. Hey, he's different. Like I never seen a performance like that ever.
So you're a believer now?
I was a believer. Like, I always liked Crawford, but like, I like Spence more. You know what I mean? So I was just rooting for Spence. But like, I already knew Terrance could do more, but I was not expecting that. And Errol looked like, it's crazy because like, no matter what Errol did, like, he was weaker. He was weaker than him, slower than him. Like, he wasn't as smart. He didn't make any adjustments. I was like, dang, it's a tough night. I hope he's good, though. Yeah. I thought he's about to leave out on the stretcher, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that was bad. It was bad.